Hi, welcome to Korea Crafts. I'm Dali. Today we are going to do some stitch practice, and I'm going to show you 3 stitches that are mostly used when it comes to 조각보. So first you need a thread and a needle, and we want to make a knot like so. I'm using a cotton cloth and a little bit bigger needle to show you the stitches. This is just for practice. So you take a cloth, and the first one I'm going to be showing to you is a baste stitch. This is used a lot when you put 2 sheets of cloths together. To make sure that they are intact, and you don't want them to slip away, and you want to make sure that they stay together roughly, and then you go on to the serious stitch. So you put your needle right here, and this is just a rough stitch, so you go like so, very easy, very freely. If you have a bigger cloth, you can go a little bit, you can make the stitch a little bit bigger. So the purpose of this baste stitch is just to have 2 cloths to stay together, so they don't, each of them doesn't move around. Okay, this time I'll show you Gamchimjil, which is also called hemming stitch. This is very often used when we make 조각보, and you'll be using over 90% of the time hemming stitch when you make the 조각보. So you have a cloth, and you want to take the hera, the presser, and you want to make 2 ridges, so to speak, along the line behind the cloth. And you want to go back and forth a few times to make a ridge, and over here as well. So to make the lines stand out, so that it makes a lot easier to sew. So you can fold a cloth very easily along the line because you pressed it behind the cloth. And you have one here and here. And you want to connect these 2 cloths together by using hemming stitch or Gamchimjil. So you want to take the needle and a thread. I already made a knot here, so you can use it directly right away. And you want to make sure that you want to hide the knot behind a cloth like this. And you cross over to the other cloth as closely to the edge as possible. And the distance between these 2 stitches is maybe 1 millimeter or 1.5 millimeters. And you want to make it as fine as possible, as close as possible, like so. And make sure you do not pull the string too hard, like this. And if you do, it's gonna it's gonna look like a very prominent ridge once you are done with done stitching. So you wanna exert just the right amount of power when you do the stitch. So that's why we practice. So you go on like so, and the end result you want is that when you make it flat, it stays flat, not having any prominent ridge if you pull the thread too hard. Like so. So this is hemming stitch and Gamchimjil, and at the end of the stitch it's gonna look like this. Just one more. And when you're done, you want to go over to the other side of the cloth, like this. And when you're done, you make the knot behind the cloth, like so. See, it's done. Now we'll do 3-stick top stitch, and this time you want to start from the back of the cloth. And this time you want to go 1 stitch backward, like so. And the length of each stitch is about 1.5 millimeters would be ideal. And you come out to the other side, like so, for the second stitch. That's 1 stitch, and second stitch, like so, and the third one like this. Second and the third. And that is 1 set of 3-stick top stitch. And the second set of 3-stick top stitch should be, you want to skip about the length of the first set of the stitches, about here. And you 1 stitch backward, that's 1. You come out the other side for a second stitch. 1, 2, and 3, and you skip for the third set of 3-stick top stitches. It's 1 set, 2 set, and 3 set. It's 1, and 3. So if you take a look at the back of these stitches, it's going to look like this, and which looks quite sturdy. And this stitch, these 3-stick top stitches are for the decorative purpose, as well as to hold 2 pieces of cloth together very tightly. So when you're done, this is a finishing knot. Go like this, 3, you're done. And you cut it as closely to the knot as possible, and you're done. Well, the practice makes perfect. So I hope you do practice a lot so that we can make 9-piece 조각보 next time. And that is the very basic piece of work we can apply our skills to. So until next time, enjoy and have fun.